People are truly fearful of having these
You,
conversations, believe it or
you
not.
think that's the only reason why they're being attacked?
I think it's the vast majority of the reason. I don't think it's the only reason, but I think it makes up the majority of the reason. I think other reasons, we can talk about other reasons. I think other reasons are approach. Some people don't like people's approach to these issues. Like
Mm-hmm.
some people feel like they're being preached to, like they're being shamed, right? From some of these people's approaches. Some people, excuse me, believe that they're not only trying to have conversations about the past, but people are trying to blame them for the past, And so a lot of people feel blamed, right? But ultimately, I think that how people feel, like for instance, I'll give you an example. One of my students just this past week told me that they felt attacked. I don't know if you read that tweet that I wrote. I wrote a like 5 tweet thread, but one of my students this past week told me they felt attacked by me. Okay?
By you?
Correct. That they felt I attacked them.
Wow. All
Right.
right. Well, but
Right.
how did that go down? How did you attack them?
Well, that's exactly what I asked them. Okay, like how did I attack you, right? And what he said was he felt that I attacked his character because what I had told him is that the way that he approached doing a math problem was a way that was unproductive for him. But he felt like I was diminishing his effort and that somehow I was attacking the effort that he had put in to try to solve the problem. So once we kind of unraveled that and I explained, he was like struggling with it. He's like, I hear what you're saying, but I still feel attacked, you know? And I said, okay. I said, like, I understand your feelings. I was like, but I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about your feelings. Your feelings are yours and you have to deal with them. What I can do, I told him, what I can do is I can try to not inflame those feelings within you. Okay. When I give you explanations, I can try to use words that don't make you feel that way. I can try to give you explanations that don't make you feel that way. That's the most that I can do. But I needed to give him that information because otherwise he was going to be wasting his time and effort and energy. And it was going to make him feel like he was going to shoot himself in the foot, presently and in the future if he didn't take that lesson that I had to give him.
Mm-hmm.
And he acknowledged that I was right about that, but he still could not let go of the fact that he felt that way. And that's where we had to leave it, right? You know,
That's very interesting.
I think it's very analogous to the race situation. People are going to have their feelings about it. People are going to have their feelings about it. People's emotions dictate a lot of times their feelings about this.
Well, the way I perceive that is I feel attacked when I express these viewpoints. No, I wouldn't say feel. Do I feel attacked? Yeah, I do feel attacked. Not by you per se. Maybe once or twice, but not in in that sort of way. But this whole race conversation, I feel like my viewpoints, the way I approach the problem is that I do feel attacked by a lot of people who you're saying are being attacked for what they're trying to do. And I think there's a lot of attack. Everything you're saying makes sense. It's just that when you go out into the world and people are doing things, it doesn't correlate to the theory that we're discussing here.
And I think that part of the reason why, right, is because people haven't internalized the values that I was kind of telling you before.
I agree with that.
And that's what I want to promote. I want people to consider it starts with the individual. That's why I deal with it on a one-on-one and individual basis. First, you accept a value for yourself, then you act out that value. Okay? But first you have to make a choice. And a lot of people don't make a choice to act out their values. And I just like to put people to that choice. That's the thing that I do. I'm not saying you should make a certain choice, but I'm like, whatever your values are, you need to execute those values in your speech, in your actions, right? Like my
Mm-hmm.
values as a math teacher, okay? I have decided already that if someone feels some kind of way about me and what I have to say, that I'm going to acknowledge that, right? I wasn't going to tell that kid, I wasn't going to tell him, oh no, I didn't attack you like this and that. I'm going to acknowledge that you felt attacked. I'm going to acknowledge that you
Yeah.
felt attacked, even if it wasn't my intention, right? Which it clearly wasn't. I was trying to help you. Even he acknowledged that I was trying to help him and that I was right about it, you know? So, like, I just decided this is how I'm going to deal with this, right? And it's something that I had to consciously think about and reflect upon and make a decision. I'm not going to get defensive when people tell me I did something I didn't do, okay, in the classroom, because I have a responsibility to try to help people down a path of knowledge. And
Hmm.
if we get into this back and forth about what I did or didn't do, that's not going to happen. And it's my value to make that occur in every moment, in every way that I can. So that's why I decided this is how I'm going to deal with situations like this. And so when the situation arose, I had already reflected on that. I had already made a decision about that. So it did not inflame my emotions. I did not get upset that he told me I attacked him when I knew I hadn't. Okay. I had already known how I was going to deal. So I just started down the path of executing and living my values. That is a process of first self-reflection so that when the opportunity to execute and reflect your values arises, you're ready. People don't get that chance in the race context. They don't self-reflect. They don't get a chance to work their way through how they want to show up in a world that has racialized all of us and put us on this hierarchy and
Hmm.
and put all these mechanisms in our world that are race-based. Like, a lot of people have not even been given an opportunity to do that kind of reflection. So that's why I create spaces for these conversations, to give people that chance. Give them a chance to wrestle with this stuff in a situation where they're not going to be judged, where they're not going to be shamed, where they can figure out for themselves, these are my values, and this is how I can show up in the world based on those values. So that's what I'm doing, brother.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me.
Well, listen, it's
Yeah.
10:24. We've
Yeah, man.
gone
It's
for
got a link, man.
3 hours, which is awesome. Thank you so much
That's
for.
Joe Rogan kind of
Yeah,
podcast
man. Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Um,
I really enjoyed it. Again, my conversation with you, I feel like the way that you had this conversation, you really embodied. I think you embodied the values that I do require for people to come on the show, which is having an open heart and an open mind. I think you displayed an open heart and an open mind in the way that you communicated with me, and I just want to express my gratitude for you doing that, and I want to say that I applaud you, sir. I think it's
yeah,
amazing.
man. I mean, thank you. It's like you have a lot of good things to say, man. It's kind of hard not to have an open mind
Oh, you'd
in
be
these type of
surprised, bro.
conversations.
You'd be surprised. All right, like, not everyone responds to me positively, so I appreciate
Well,
it.
even the stuff I disagree with, I'm like, it's and maybe I think my problem is that I'm too open a lot of the times. Like even the stuff I disagree with, I'm like, I can see why you feel that way. Like it makes sense, and I'm gonna like struggle, like not struggle, but try to like figure out like how to make sense or what can I do with that
Yeah,
information,
mull it over. My
Yeah.
moderator will take clips from our conversation, and they'll be put out on YouTube, and it's for other people to mull it over too. That's part of the
Oh
reason.
boy.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I do this stuff, is so that people can try to digest it, in a safe space, like when they don't even have to take part of the
Yeah.
conversation, right? They can watch someone else do it, and then they can decide for themselves, right? And
Mhm.
again, it's not so anyone can come to some specific conclusion. I mean, do I believe that the values that I've taken are universally good? I do. I do. But that doesn't mean that I think that everyone should just automatically take them on because I said it. I'm just promoting my values, right? What people do after they hear that promotion is up to them, okay? And they're not going to get judgment from me. All right? That's not going to happen. It's just I'm going to continue doing me, you continue doing you. If your values are at cross purposes and then mine, then let's have a conversation about that. All right. And I'm open to it. So I think as long as we remain open and willing and to do that self reflection, that's all we need. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, I enjoyed it, man. Hopefully we get to do it again, man.
Yeah, I would love that. Thanks for watching. For access to the full length conversation and all of the 2-hour long unedited conversations that I've had on race, click the support link in the description below. Thanks for your support and see you next time.